All right, this is Tulung Podcast number 71. And we're live. Hey guys, I think I found my groove here. A little bit of a groove with this format. Let's just keep going. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. Starting with no announcements. Project just released today, and after this podcast, I have about 4 tracks to upload to YouTube. Next, I have one inquiry. I've been requested to take an IQ test. The website says that it will take about 25 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So let's take this IQ test. All right. If it takes me the whole podcast, so be it. All right. Wait. Okay. Yo, Marquise, I'm taking an IQ test. Been a minute since I've been streaming. Yeah, I've done bar writing. And now it's just weekly podcasts. Stu Hawkins Razor. Shadow Warrior Platinum is breaking me. Good. No, just kidding. That's the name of the game right there. You know what I mean? Oh wow, this is actually wait. Yeah. Wow, this is a good one. Let's see. This is a good one. This is a good one. Am I just not seeing the pattern? Take my headphones off. Am I just not seeing the pattern? Is this supposed to be harder than the last one? Super Boy's gonna be soon. Good luck. Black square done. I don't like the LOL. Where? This. Here. Why at the end? This would be at the end. This would be here. This one. I have to go back and do that one. Some shiny hard platinums in the collection of Super Meat Boy. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. If you combine these two, one is missing and one overlaps. Rotate this and combine. Rotate this and combine. Wait, rotate. Rotate this and combine. Rotate twice and combine. Wow, this is hard. Wow. I'm struggling. I'm struggling here. Okay. Pass. This one's the same thing. Here, let's go. I have skipped so many questions. Sure. $112. With a standard deviation of 15. Okay. Nice. So, according to Mensa Norway's IQ test, I have been measured to be 112. Yeah, I mean, sure. Not bad. Not bad at all. Get gooder, kid. Yeah, I mean, on those I just couldn't find a pattern, so Yeah, maybe I do need to get gooder. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so that request has been fulfilled. It's on stream, so I can clip this anytime. Oop. Alright, that was done. Hashtag Bedlam. Shout out the Bedlam, bro. Talk about this Barsic intro. Who is this Barsic and where does this man emerge from? Let me put that in The Floor Is Yours. Where do I put that segment? Bedlam with the 5 gifted. Can I insert a text box? Let me put that in the Barsic intro. Who is he and where did he come from? Okay, first, before we get to that, I got an article. Buddy of mine sent me an article, and this was the title. So, we're looking at this article, right? He wanted me to look at, or he mentioned this to me, so I'll take it. From Fox News, Michael Ruiz, titled, Luigi Mangione claims he was beaten by 7 ladyboys in Thailand months before CEO killing. And I think with these articles, I'm just going to skim them. Let's just get the big idea, right? Okay, Mangione, former Ivy Leaguer accused of assassinating United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, lost a fight with 7 ladyboys in Thailand. Months before the crime, Mangione held without bail in New York while awaiting trials. In the year before assassination, Mangione traveled to Asia. He was reportedly shocked to learn how little an MRI could cost outside of the United States. And where he told a friend over WhatsApp he was beaten up by a group of 7 transgender women. It's not clear how serious It's not clear how serious about the brawl he was in the messages. A photo showing scratches on his arm, returned to Japan and took a spiritual mountain climb up a trail where women hikers are not allowed. From there he went to India where he met with a writer who shared an interest in the Unabomber. By December, Mangione had allegedly written about his disdain for the American health insurance industry and wanting to whack a CEO, accused of wanting to incite national debates about its shortcomings. Police found bullet casings emblazoned with deny, delay, and depose. Thompson was a married father of 2. A New York judge found no basis for the terror-related charges in the alleged assassination case and threw them out last month, taking this top state charge of first-degree murder and a potential life without parole sentence off the table. Mangione still faces second-degree murder, which carries a maximum penalty of life in prison with the potential for parole. He's charged federally with interstate stalking and using a firearm to commit murder, which could carry the death penalty. Charged with forgery, and he's pleaded not guilty. Okay, cool. So, not much of the actual incident because it was all over text. Cool. Alright, next. We got Uncle Dave Meltzer. This is the part where I try to gush about professional wrestling because it's one of the few interests in my life. So, here we go. Here I will continue a professional wrestling diatribe. So, within the past week, we had a great, well, I say great because that's what people say. I wish I could watch the full thing because it was on weekly television, likely with commercials. So I can't watch the full Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn match. We had AEW Wrestle Dream on Saturday, which I kind of half-heartedly watched because I played video games and had it playing in the background. But that turned out to be, it was good, but there's only one match where I really should have paid attention to, and that was Brodito versus the Don Callis family. That's Bandito, Brody King versus Okada and Takeshita. And that match existed to further the Okada-Takeshita storyline, which I believe will culminate first at World's End and then at Wrestle Kingdom 20. Imagine Wrestle Kingdom 20. It is Okada Takeshita for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, or both the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship and the AEW Unified Championship. If that's the case, I might buy that pay-per-view, and I might stay up on Japan's timing to watch that match. It is that anticipated in my eyes. Alright, here we go. Okay. New Japan stuff. More Japanese wrestling. Oh, here we go. What is this? Raising an Army Memorial Series. Go Shiozaki versus Kento Miyahara for the Triple Crown title. 3 3/4 stars. Okay. What was this? Oh, this was Dynamite. We had another Okada versus Bandito, but it was kind of... I don't even know the whole story, but I heard it was to further the Okada-Takeshita storyline. Because Takeshita could not beat Bandito, but Okada could. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so we got Ops versus Hurt Syndicate for the Trios title, 3 3/4. This 4-way is unrated. O'Reilly versus John Moxley by DQ, 4 stars. Conglomeration and Roderick Strong versus Death Riders, 4 1/4 stars. You got Okada versus Bandito, 4 1/2 stars. Cool. What else we got here? CMLL, Pro Wrestling Noah. I don't know what Beyond is. Worcester? Okay. NXT. Stardom. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I forgot about this. We got Raw. Raw saw AJ Styles and Dragon Lee win the World Tag Titles from Judgment Day. 4 1/4 stars. Bunch of unrated matches. And a Battle Royal because Seth Rollins is apparently out with a shoulder injury. So they're going to determine it in a match. CM Punk versus Jey Uso. Saturday night's main event. Cool. More New Japan. I don't know what this is. OZ Academy. Mystery Wrestling. More Japanese wrestling. A lot of Japanese wrestling. What's this? Aihara Pro Wrestling. More New Japan. What is this? New Japan Road and Ishikari. Rev Pro. ICW No Holds Barred. Dragon Gate. What's this? Memphis Wrestling. Marigold. CMLL. More Marigold. Oh, here we go. Where's the pre-show? Yeah, this was the Saturday Gate till whatever. All right, so Death Riders. Again, I half-heartedly watched this whole event. It was in the background. Maybe if some are high enough, I'll revisit. But you got Death Riders versus the Conglomeration, 4 stars. Okay. Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale defeat Top Gods. Who are you? Okay. All 5 of these people are in the same faction. FTR and... Okay. And FTR defeat Jet Speed. This match carried into the main show. The pyro went off, and the show technically started during this match. It was quite a sight, to be honest. Okay, FTR versus Jet Speed, 4.5. Jamie Hayter versus Tekla, 3.25. I think this is the first singles match Tekla lost in AEW. So, how about that? Jurassic Express versus Young Bucks, $500,000 tag team match, 4.75. Okay, this is not their first match together, right? Yeah. Yeah, you had this whenever that was on a Dynamite. Yeah. It was shorter. It was a ladder match, but yeah. Jurassic Express is back. What else? Trios title, #1 contendership. You have the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. This name just does not stick with me for some reason. 3.75 stars. It's a tornado tag. Kyle Fletcher versus Mark Briscoe. 5, apparently. Once in Ring of Honor and 4 in AEW for the TNT title match. 4.75. Chris Statlander versus Tony Storm for the Women's World title. 4 stars. Here we go with the flippin' Ultimo Dragon. Also talk about future things coming back with Barsic if you do talk about him. Future projects with Barsic. Noted. Yep, you have we have 11 belts Monet getting her 11th belt. And by the way, does the Owen Hart Cup really count as a belt? It's not one you defend, right? It's just, I mean, the moniker is still there. If she won the cup, if she gets to keep the title, I guess you can call her 11 belts Monet. But whatever. I don't know what she's going to do with all these titles. Are they going to do another Super J Cup type deal? All right. 60 hertz 4K versus 144 hertz 1080p for GTA 6. Okay, thanks. 11 belts Monet gets another belt, and I think she got 12 in the past week too, whatever that was about. This is for the TBS title and the Ring of Honor Interim Women's World Television title match. This is a television title, so I wonder why it exceeded 15 minutes. That's my question. Anyway. Oh, how about that? Brodito versus the Don Callis family for the AEW World Tag Team title match. This is kind of a stepping stone for a greater match down the line, and it's still got 5 stars. So, Brodito versus Don Callis family, 5 stars. I may look at highlights of this match because I really want to see Okada and Takeshita face off. We have Hangman Adam Page versus Samoa Joe for the world title, 4.25 stars. And I know what the last match is. It is, what is it? It's what was I saying? Oh, it's Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley I Quit match. Let's see how that went down. I Quit match, Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley, 4.25 stars. Jon Moxley tried to drown Darby Allin, but these guys are just company men. Yeah, I like the coffin match better, in my opinion. But yeah. Darby Allin, Jon Moxley, 4.25 stars. That is AEW Wrestle Dream. I will definitely look at highlights later, whenever that will be. I will definitely look at highlights for Brodito versus Okada Takeshita, because this is a compelling story. Oh man, but it's only a compelling story because of the opponents they share. Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega are some of my favorite wrestlers working today. And neither of them were on this card, but, you know. Yeah, by proxy, yeah. Okay, so that's done. Stardom, ICW, what is this? Action Wrestling, cool. Jameson Shook, Sendai. Oh, okay. Alright, nice. We also had 2 of these apparent bangers. Oh yeah, I saw this had some high praise from the IWC, if you will. We have what looks to be the best title defense of Sami Zayn's United States title run. Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn, Friday Night SmackDown, 4.5 stars. This was Ilya Dragunov's return to WWE in 2025. And he wins the title from Sami Zayn. Awesome. I know Gunther is a former world champion, but let's see what he does when he goes for the United States title. Just give me another Ilya Dragunov Gunther match. Alright, Mercedes Moné versus Persephone for the CMLL World Women's title. And apparently this was a decent title defense from someone who has 50 belts. And who is this? India Sue versus Scotty? CMLL Universal de Amazones 2025 final match. Okay. Japanese wrestling. Foot's falling asleep. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Wait, what's today? The 24th, so we're going back. Yeah, whatever. So that's Dave. Dave gives a 5-star match. Alright, this next segment is... Oh, well, I cut this off. Bars I may listen to. Strong crop of tracks. And 3 albums. We have... I skimmed one of the tracks before listening to them. These are bars I may listen to. So there's still an opening later down the line for me to revisit these. We have a collaborative album from Reuben Vincent and Ninth Wonder, Welcome Home. I listened to one of the tracks. Yeah, there is interest. Collaborative project between Hit Boy and The Alchemist, Goldfish. We'll listen to that definitely later. We have an album from Dave, UK rapper Dave, titled The Boy Who Played the Harp. We'll check that out. Maybe. And I don't know how to pronounce her name yet. Samara Sin. Let's see. How do you pronounce her name? We're going to do a brief detour. Some mare. Yeah. I mean, you know how to... I showed it here. You know how to spell her name. She has a single vitamins and minerals. I think she is, based on this performance, she is probably next to Ray Vaughn, front runners of the most recent XXL freshman class. Yeah. Vitamins and minerals. A nice tune. Next. You already know we had to do this because I am sometimes... I shake my head often at what I find on here. Who just tagged me? Oh. Okay. Alright, this is the 10 swipes, not 10 videos. Yeah, bro, I might go to prom alone. Okay. I don't know who this is. Alice Rosenblum. This is swipe 1. I got merch from TikTok shop. Swipe 2.
What town in Maine is the most drug-addicted place to live? The last one is going to surprise you. Number 20 is Dover Foxcroft, Maine. Number 19 is Ellsworth, Maine. Number 18 is Pittsfield, Maine.
Swipe 3. Yo! This is Ukrainian, Russian, some Slavic language. Oh, shoot. What is this? Huh? Swipe 4. Uber Eats ASMR ad. Swipe 5.
Having a great day. I got a short story to tell you.
So that's swipe 5. There are a lot of these videos. There are a lot of these videos. I'm looking at their...
Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a nice day.
There are a lot of those videos. I just checked their channel. Their account, I mean. They have a lot of these videos all the way back from July 23rd. What swipe was that? 5? 5? 6? Now, here's the thing, right? If these videos are not friends only, it is fair game to show on these things. Number... I will just say 5. I lose count because I get... 5.
A little while ago.
6. 6.
Chris, I appreciate the GG's. Burmessia with the clay fighter sculptor's cut. Yes.
You're a broke teenager
7.
who get free stuff. You need Evolve Me. It's the easiest way to make your own money, and it's completely free to use. All you do is play games, complete challenges.
8. 9.
If it's too loud, let me know. I got that blue fever. Cold days, ice.
10.
I thought this shit out of you. You smell so good too. Thank you so much.
What you got on? You smell good. Appreciate it. It's called Gatekeeper. I'm Gatekeeper from here on out.
I'm just a passive observer. Okay. Next. All right, here we go. Here we go. The floor is yours, but I did get 3 inquiries just now. We have... Our first question is the Barsic intro. Who is he and where did he come from? Barsic intro is a track I released to my YouTube channel. Let's do the math, right? 19 and a half hours ago. He is an up-and-coming artist that made something, and I was interested to add to it, and now we're here. He showed me something, and I realized there was only about 30 seconds of his stuff, so I filled the rest of the instrumental with lyrics. Where did he come from? I don't know. He kind of came from out of nowhere, to be honest. Future projects with Barsic? Who knows? I'm kind of on my own timing right now. I just dropped a project today, and I will drop another one at midnight. I just have to upload the last 4 tracks to YouTube come midnight. And then I have the last project of the year dropping next month. I have to re-record a lot of stuff, and I got to write a little bit too, and that's done. Future projects will be, I don't know the frequency of projects after I put out Verse Collection Volume 3, wink, at the end of November. So, we'll see. 60 Hz 4K versus 144 Hz 1080p for GTA 6. There is a variable left out in this comparison, and that is, it's not just resolution, it's not just frame rate. I also account for visual fidelity. For GTA 6, unless, and this goes for any game that supports greater than 60 Hz, actually doesn't even matter, because I don't think YouTube yet has that technology to upload videos higher than 60 frames per second. Because I stream about the vast majority of my trophy hunting gameplay. I will trophy hunt GTA 6. If Streamlabs cannot record it the way I experienced it, then I must change the settings in the game to meet those requirements. 60 Hz 4K, that's great, but my monitors are in 1080p right now. And in my opinion, this is crystal clear for me, right? Sure, if I look even closer, I can count the pixels, but it's like this is the distance I read at it right now, that is smaller than the font I am comfortable looking at reading a book. And that's on 1080p. So scaling up that's smaller than the font I would probably when I read a book. So scaling up is virtually, in my opinion, negligible. Noticeable, I will notice it, you know, but for the common man, I'm still the common man at the end of the day. That difference does not affect me as much. I will accept a 4K monitor if gifted, but right now, I will not go out of my way to buy one. So, this comparison is still missing, it's missing visual fidelity, right? I remember in GTA 5, you had there were choices of ray tracing, or performance, fidelity, and performance RT. Fidelity had the ray tracing at the cost of frame rate, and I think it's just frame rate. Visual fidelity at the cost of frame rate. Performance was frame rate at the cost of visual fidelity. And performance RT, that's a third one, met those two in between. If only I could get the visual fidelity of fidelity and the frame rate of performance, and I didn't have to play at 4K the whole time, because 1080p is just fine. It does the job, right? It does a lot of great stuff for me. Maybe in the future I need a requisite peripheral upgrade, but right now I can do everything I want and then some. So, to answer this question, I would just dismiss this whole comparison altogether if I had to pick 60 hertz 4K just so I can broadcast it to Streamlabs. But even then, give me 60 hertz, 1080p with increased visual fidelity, and that is the perfect combination for my needs. And that was just enough content to pass the hour. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.